week that he's having, I thought that we'd take a trip back in time to this summer when we all started getting on his ass, when he started hitting other anti-frauditor channels with false copyright strikes, and it started blowing up in his face. Anyway, Chrissy, don't drop the soap.
For divorce till they got out of prison.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I know.
Couldn't if he was in prison.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to serve somebody.
But what he's doing, you guys, this is what he's doing now. He's going on these dumbass troll channels, the guys that don't know how to read law at all or understand anything that they're reading. And then he's pretending that he knows me. Like William is pretending that he knows me. We have never met. Never once.
Oh, I think since you're sitting in jail and I'm sitting in my house, I know a little bit more about the law than you do. And if you've never met William Meadows, then why did you lie to a judge to get a bullshit emergency protection order against a man you've never met?
He does not know me. He does not know anything about me. And they're going over my Indiana record, like my record. And they are making, just based on a couple of dismissed cases, and then one case that actually did happen and I pled to, which was a battery. But they're making their own minds up on what they think, their own narrative of what they think happened in those cases, and they're way the fuck off and accusing me of beating women.
Chris, the Indiana website shows that you beat a woman. I've got proof from Kentucky that you beat a woman. You not only beat her, you beat the shit out of her in front of her 5-year-old daughter, who also had to witness you put a firearm to her mother's head and threaten to unalive her, and then yourself. She's 30 now. She remembers everything.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, you guys. I had a battery charge, which is true, and I've published my record. I've given my last name. I tell people where my Indiana my case is. Obviously, I'm wide open about it. I always have been, and we've published all the proof all along of everything. But anyway, yeah, on my record from when I was like 20, I had a battery, and it was a dude, and there was a girl involved. Caught a dude cheating with my girlfriend at the time, and yeah, there was a battery involved, and it was not on the girl. The guy did not press charges, and then they used her as a witness. So these idiots are reading a case like that and seeing where I pled guilty to a battery and then took probation, and they're saying, well, because a girl's name is on this, it was the girl that he beat, and it's completely fucking wrong. So
yeah, no, it's right. The state of Indiana published the victim's name. They wouldn't have published witnesses' names. Not like that. And not to mention, you don't have to go to domestic violence counselors unless you were the victim and or perpetrator in domestic violence.
They're doing that kind of shit. And then they're ruining my business too, because my business suffered. I'm a construction company owner, and I used to do residential, and I do clients that are insurance companies for like insurance claims. And I had one of my insurance companies reach out to me for a guy that said he had major tornado damage to the roof, to several roofs actually on the country farm property. And I get out there, they cut me the check and get me going, and I get out there and I did not find the damage. I didn't see that it was damaged the way he was alleging. So I had to go back to the insurance company and get an adjuster to come out and actually look with me. And in the meantime, I refused to give the guy his check, the check from the insurance company, because we were looking at it as potentially being fraud.
Is that why, when all was said and done, you gave, and it wasn't a guy, it was a little old lady, and is that the reason that you gave her $5,000 to avoid being prosecuted for felony fraud?
That he was, trying to get money from his insurance company, but he was demanding to get the money from me, from my company, which would have put me in a position of helping him with fraud. So of course I didn't give it to him, and I spoke with investigators about it. Well, I ended up taking, letting them pretty much charge me. I didn't get charged, but I mean, it didn't resolve in me being charged. But I ended up allowing the process to happen and not giving. I refused to give the guy the check, and then in court they saw what we were doing happening, and then I ended up giving him the deposit that he had provided to the insurance company in the end, and they kept him from doing insurance fraud. So I mean, I literally was keeping the guy from committing insurance fraud. And these people are saying that, this is so crazy, they're saying that there was a little old lady that gave me money and I didn't do the job. Where the fuck are they even coming up with that shit?
You know, it's funny you asked, Chris, from the same Indiana website, because not only did you give them $5,000 to the victim in order for the charges to be dropped against you, you were given a deadline in which to get your shit equipment from that little old lady's property. Swing and a miss.
And it's all Billy. Like, it's literally him on people's live streams making this shit up in his own fucking world. And these idiots from these troll channels who are just mad because they got legit copyright strikes, they are going along with it. Like, they're fucking stupid.
Well, seeing as how I'm sitting in my home, in my office, at my desk, drinking coffee, and I can go outside and smoke one if I want to, you're sitting in an Indiana jail. Yeah, I'd say I know what I'm talking about.
Trolls that are watching this, y'all are getting way in over your head, guys. You're so stupid to do this. We are filing criminal charges, which are already in play. I mean, William knows that.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen. Not.
I don't know why he's so stupid as he just keeps on and on and on with this harassment. But we have been communicating with the state police investigators. They've been looking into felonies. We have been working with another agency that has jurisdiction, in which we are going to right now. And then we are filing civil action as well today.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen. Not.
In the video that we're going to be doing today. And this is not a video that we want to do. We are literally knee deep working in Louisville in our victims advocacy stuff for the officers that we've got proof that they've been beating up civilians over there. We've got all kinds of video clips of cops in Louisville that are beating up civilians. It's not just about me and Tiffany. Like, we're trying to report other people's incidents for them because they're scared.
You're a bitch.
Oh, you mean this is what you did in the car ride as you went over to Louisville and you battered that police chief's assistant? You know, and that's how you advocate for men and women of color who have been actually abused by police, is you go and yourself abuse a woman of color who underweighs you by what, 160 pounds? Good job.
To do it. So we've got several clips of proof that there are
clips. Oh, you edited the video before you went to try to turn it into the police. Got it.
Like, it's already been reversed by the fucking judges. It's been reversed, and in the judgment it literally says, it's on my community tab, it literally says full reversal because the allegations were untrue.
Now, is that why she's still to this date only allowed supervised, limited, scheduled visitation with both her children? Is that why that she signed away her rights as a mother to these children? Is that why before she did that, they were made wards of the state because of her carelessness and her lack of accountability, her just lack of being a parent or a good person?
All of them. They were all untrue. Everything DCS said was determined untrue by the appeal courts. You can't get any more proof than that. That's the highest it gets in court admissible evidence. So I don't know why they're not trying to help this family. I don't know why, and these are a couple of sheriffs that we have good rapports with. They're even supporters of the channel.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
You have no good rapport with any law enforcement officer anywhere.
But I don't know what's going on other than our government is broken. Our fucking government is broken. And they refuse accountability for anything. So it results in kids, victims of abuse, which is, I'm going to turn it over.
You projecting a little bit there, Chrissy, because that sounds like a description of every woman you've ever dated.
Tiffany a little bit. Victims of abuse, like her, and new people like me and my business suffering the consequences of them failing to take legal action appropriately for things that are actually. Now look, like I said, it's under investigation. It has been. That is not changed.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Only people under investigation, Dumbwaiter, are you and Tiffany.
There's still investigation going on by state and the county agencies and prosecutorial. So, I mean, guys, put it one in the chat if you think it was the stupidest thing in the world for a person who already has a felony record to commit minimum 2 more felonies on a live panel.
More projecting, huh, Dumbwaiter? Because the only person I know that committed 2 felonies while live streaming is you.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's stupid. Knowing he's under investigation. Like he knows. I think it's fucking stupid. And it makes sense because people that do choose to commit felonies apparently do not care about committing felonies. And that's why some people are just, they're so bad, you got to keep them locked up because they're going to do it. As soon as they get out, they're going to do it. And
are you English or retarded?
Oh, that's why you're being held without bond.
This is a perfect example. Like, this person is going to commit felonies if he's not in prison. You know, they should have satisfied the 20-year sentence. That's what they should have done. I guess they wanted to give him a chance. I think he had like 12 felony charges, if I remember. And don't quote me on that, guys, because I'm going off the top of my head.
Judging by that bald spot, that ain't the only thing coming up off the top of your head. I don't know. I don't think that they're going to have Rogaine in prison, my friend.
But it was a lot. It was a lot of felony charges he was facing originally. And then they just gave him a smack on the wrist. You know how it works. They give him a smack on the wrist and only charge him with a couple little things that are involved. And then, out he gets in a couple of years. And then he starts freaking the fuck out because a young did not want to wait to stay with a felon to raise a child. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it was a wise idea for Tiffany to file a divorce and leave a guy who just got put in prison for multiple felonies with a serious drug addiction.
The word dilligaf. That's spelled D-I-L-L-I-G-A-F. Dilligaf. And it means, do I look like I give a fuck?
This coming from the guy that had to be checked into rehab twice for alcohol poisoning.
That's part of the legal system issue is that I don't know why they do that. Even the agencies that I look at and I say, well, they're doing things as good as they can considering the troubles with the government. Even them, and that's the case here. We have a great report with the sheriff.
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
Well, since you went lying to the sheriff trying to get false charges drummed up on me for stuff you've done, so I spoke to that sheriff and his staff. They can't stand you, Chris.
And it was material she absolutely needed for her DCS case. And the records department, the judges were telling the records people not to let us come upstairs with our camera to the records window.
That's perfectly within their prerogative to do. Because remember, that's a limited public forum. You are more than welcome to go in and secure records because that's what it's there for. However, the conduct in which that you do this is strictly up to the judges. They are allowed to set policy that if you want services from there, you are required to adhere to.
And they called the police, and a sheriff's department deputy arrived, and on camera we told him what we were doing, and we refused to stop recording. We said, we're recording this because we want that fucking record, and she has a right to it. And we heard him arguing on the phone through the door with 2 different judges calling him, telling him to get rid of us, and he said no to him. And this went on for like 20 minutes. The video's still on my channel. It's really poorly edited because it was...
Every single one of your videos are poorly edited.
All right, so yeah, we're on our way to Scott County Sheriff's Department because they have an investigation already going. I'm sure that William is watching this and probably going to start doing this bullshit, calling around, talking to his daddy or what the fuck ever he does. I don't know the guy. I'm not going to pretend I know him. All I know is the damage that he has caused me and the harassment that he has done to me and how abusive he has been the entire time I've known Tiffany to her and his kid. He's very abusive.
I happen to know for a fact, everyone, that Dumbwaiter is lying. William Meadows is a great father. His daughter loves him and his wife Anya to death. He is a fantastic father. He manned up when Tiffany had those kids taken and made wards of the state because it was just better for her to get high, get drunk, be everything but a mother. Both of the children's respective fathers, which include William Meadows, stepped up and did what a man does, what a father does. So I'm actually a little disappointed that they think that they're going to fool anybody with their lies when I've already proven how whacked Tiffany is in the head.
I don't understand. But we're heading to the Sheriff's Department. I'm not going to divulge the felonies that they have been collecting investigatory material on.
Investigatory material that they've collected? You mean investigative material that's been collected, right, Dumbwaiter? I find it a little funny that you want to go around and call other people uneducated when you can't even use simple words.
But I will say there's 2 of them, minimum, potentially a third, and I am saying felonies. There's also multiple state law violations.
I'm going for 3.
3 felonies? Well, I think what they've been looking at has been 2. And we have been in regular correspondence with the sheriff himself.
Correspondence? You mean you've been writing the sheriff? Or have you been in communication with the sheriff? And for the record, the only person out of all this group that has been charged with felonies or crimes at all involving any of this is him, with her being investigated. Sorry.
On it. Like, I don't think this is going to be one where the police are going, no, we're not going to do that for you. I think it's the other way around for this particular engagement. It's just, this isn't what we would like to do for our channel. I'm very upset about the damage that this stuff is being caused over some dudes that, are angry because they want to copyright infringe my material. I mean, that is some pathetic reason to get involved in a felony matter and literally assist the dude in committing felonies. I mean, and you do not ever publish child investigation material of a case at all.
Especially when that investigation is not being done on you.
Yeah, it's not his. It's on her.
Actually, since he's the representative for that minor child and whose name and all personal identifiable information was redacted when we showed what records we showed, and since the person we got them from is the guardian for this child, he is by law allowed to speak for this child. Yeah, swing and a miss.
Because
not me.
Well, she can, but she would redact the private information.
Absolutely.
Like the kids' fucking names. The kids' names. Children. Their names are in it.
And the names were redacted, you wife-beating moron.
Her ex-boyfriend from, what, 5 years ago? His name is in it. That dude I don't care for the guy. He was a loser, but, he doesn't deserve to get his name dragged through the mud by them putting old fake investigatory reports that have already been debunked on old fake investigatory.
I know, Chris, words are hard for you. And from what I hear from your exes, that's the only thing that's hard.
The internet, I would have absolutely redacted all of that, and I would have never shared it unless I were Tiffany, who was the person under investigation.
Now, was this before or after she signed her rights away as the mother of those children?
These people are running channels and have no fucking clue how to be legal about it. It's scary, guys.
How many times have I been arrested live streaming? How many times have you been arrested or charged live streaming? Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, is it K-Far? K-Far, I think, is one of them. Frauditor Troll is one of them. Aztec Ninja is one of them. And then I had a spat with Dr. Dave, but he's using those other channels owners to fight his dirty work. But the ones that I said, the Frauditor Troll, the Aztec Ninja, the K-Far, and Wrangler, I guess a guy named Wrangler, channel named Wrangler or something.
That's Mr. Wrangler to you, wife beater.
Those are the ones who are literally assisting in committing felonies. I don't understand. Who the fuck runs a YouTube channel and assists with felonies?
You.
On their channel. For any reason. Much less because one of their friends got a legitimate copyright strike. And then they come in my channel hot and heavy, and it's every 95% of the comments that are coming into my algorithm that on my end, I'm trying to communicate with my subscribers, and I have to sift through about 95% are just new comments that are being made all at once from people coming from their live streams. And I have to determine whether or not those are, people with legitimate criticism, or are they the trolls coming from the troll channels meaning to do harassment and harm? Because I block that kind of shit. That's what I do.
And I know, like all frauditors, you have a problem with the First Amendment when you can't make money off of it.
Guys, I'm going to do what we do in that this will be a video. I hate doing these kinds of videos. I hate doing videos that, where she's in danger or whatever, or they're personal to the kids. And of course, it'll be edited in a very particular way where it's just keeping you guys involved on everything that's going on with us in the legal system.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for clarifying that. I just thought that it was going to be edited to show a predetermined narrative so that you can continue slandering cops, the cops that you wanted to be, and they told you weren't good enough because you're not.
And that will be the way that video comes out. It won't be meant to for nothing more than just the facts. Right? That's how I do it. And we have published videos about our own cases all along. It's always been there. And the information that they are twisting has already been published properly with the real facts.
You're right, it was on my channel.
On this channel. I don't know why, people are so dumb that they can't. I'm going to talk about the troll channel people. They're so dumb that they don't even bother to come over and watch the content that they're being lied to about. They just take the cut up bullshitted, misinformed version and run with it straight to our channel comment section. They don't even watch the fucking videos on here, so they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Damn, I can't believe he actually said that with a straight face. There is so much projection in this that, I mean, talk about denial, guys. But anyway, it's Wrangler. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Have a good one.